On my last video, Sinisterism is not for the weak, I got this comment. Though I no longer follow the left-hand path because I'm angry at Christianity, but because of genuine reasons now, I still can't help but be real mad at Christianity sometimes. Is that okay? Or in order to truly follow the left-hand path, I must let go of my hate of Christianity? Now, as most of you regular viewers know, I'm not crazy about Christian philosophy or any Abrahamic faith for that matter. This is because they're viral pathogens of the mind, parasitic brain worms, if you will, with symptoms consisting of the inability to think critically, slave mentality, and Stockholm syndrome, to name only a few. But when it comes to Christians themselves, I'm somewhat ambivalent. I tend to see them as I would vegans. I don't care what you consume, just don't try to force me to eat what you eat. So when Christians, for example, comment on my videos, I don't argue because it's stupid to argue with them. That's because they can't reason. They're playing a different game than us, if you will. It's like you're playing chess while they're playing checkers. And as Mark Twain said, never argue with an idiot because they'll drag you down to their level and beat you with experience. So, instead of arguing, I just have fun with them. And recently I had an exchange with this guy. And it was all fun and games until he posted this. And that's when the fun and games ended. Initially, I was angry, but I didn't react or respond to his post because that's what he wanted. Instead, I just blocked him. He saw me as evil, and by his metric, I am. But I wasn't going to give him the privilege to take on the evil Thomas LeRoy in defense of Christendom. Because he's one of those idiots that Mark Twain mentioned. And he would win if I were to lower myself to his standards. He wallows in the muck. I don't. My point is, we on this path should never lower ourselves to their level. That's because we're better than they are. Sure, some of them might have more money, nicer houses, fancier cars, but they're still enslaved, willfully living under the dictates of a tyrant, because that's what Yahweh is, if taken literally, as most of them do. Okay, here's an example of their willful capitulation to his tyranny. All of you have been on social media and come across a post where somebody will ask for prayers because their child is sick or hurt, right? If you break it down to its basics, that person is asking you to help in begging the master to heal that child, instead of the master just doing so. Think about it. If you were the only person around that had the power to help alleviate the pain and suffering of a child, how much persuasion would it take? Probably not much, and especially for a child you know and love, as Yahweh supposedly does. Doesn't he love all the little children? No one would have to beg you. You wouldn't wait until you had your quota of begs before you helped. You would help right away. That, right there, that puts you on a higher moral level than that being they believe in. Evil, evil you. That's why I say they have Stockholm Syndrome. Their captor has a gun to their heads, and they actually have a great deal of love and affection for him. Out of weakness, they allow themselves to be victimized over and over again, but you, as a practitioner of this path, have no gun to your head, no chains. Instead, you have the ability to bask in the glory of your personal and spiritual autonomy. I think, unconsciously, deep down inside, one of the reasons why they don't like us is because we're freer than they'll ever be, and they know it. So in the end, my friends, foes, and faithful minions, when dealing with belligerent Christians, you shouldn't get angry at them because they don't deserve your wrath. It would be giving too much of yourself, and you don't want to do that. They're not worth it. Let it go. Instead, look at them as you would an annoying puppy. It's not cool to kick an annoying puppy. Until next time.